Hi, this video is about working in your Google Drive offline. And you may have seen a little bit of a flash there. The reason I'm making this video is to talk about some techniques that teachers might want to use for preventing students from using the internet while they're using their Google Drive. So say you're giving a test and you want the answers to be in Google Drive. So you want them to create a document and share it with you. But you have a concern, a teacher has asked me this question, had the same concern, that even so if they're on their Google Drive, that also gives them access to the internet. So they could look up answers to questions on the test. So I guess the best answer I could give is you could allow them to make their document offline and then sync it later. So basically they would turn off the internet access on their computer, work in the Google Drive offline, and then once they're done and need to hand it in, they go back online and then it syncs up in their drive. And that's kind of a long process, but it is a way that students would not be able to go on the internet. So this was made for people who use Google Drive, but maybe know they're not going to be on the internet, but they still want access. For example, when you go on a plane, you're not able to be on Wi-Fi. I know some planes have it, but most of the time they don't. So they would use their Google Drive, go on the offline mode, and then have access to that stuff. And then when they would reconnect, all the changes they made would be uploaded and synced to their Google Drive. But you need to set things up before you do that. The other caveat is that you should really use your own device to do this, or a computer that you have your own account on. So say it's just for you, this account. If you're using a computer where everybody uses the same username and password to log into it, I don't recommend this method because you might get all screwed up. It will work the first time, but the second time will be disaster. So first off, use a computer that you have access to and you have your own private area to. Next, use the Chrome web browser. This is not going to work in Firefox or Safari or Internet Explorer. Google made this exclusive to the Chrome web browser. Well, you're in luck because they make it for PC and Mac. So make sure that you have Chrome available. Next, you need to set up offline browsing, and it's a two-step process. I'll show you where to get information about this. You would go to your Drive, so drive.google.com, go to the cogwheel, and then go to Help. And you could look up offline up in the search help area, or you could go to the Help Center, and there is a share and work offline area. So I would click on the plus sign to reveal this topic, work offline. Then there are some pages here. I'm interested in setting up offline access. And this is a really great page to come back to refresh your memory about how to do this. So basically, it's a two-step process. You need to get the Drive Chrome web app and install it into Chrome. And then you need to enable the offline editing. So let's go to the Chrome Web Store and make sure you know where to get that. So I'm going to go to my apps and store, or you can just go to chrome.google.com and look up the Drive web app. Okay, so here it is, Google Drive, and it has a little lightning bolt next to it. So it says this app can be used even when there is no connection to the internet. That's what we're talking about. So if you don't have it, you should see a button that says Add to Chrome or Free. Okay, so do that, add it, and then go back to your drive. Okay, and then where it says More, click on More and click on Offline. Now, keep in mind, you'd be doing this stuff before the test. Okay, so make sure the students have enough time to install the Drive Chrome web app, maybe even the day before or the week before, or whatever. They just need to make sure that they have that. The date of the test, okay, they need to open up their laptop, they're going to be connected to the internet, and they need to go to their drive and click on Offline. Then they need to click on number 2, Enable Offline Editing. So you're going to click on Enable Offline. So you're still connected to the internet, right? It's initializing offline access. It's doing some setup so that you could actually use Google Drive offline. So let it do its thing. And I'll show you when it's safe to sort of disconnect. But keep it open when it says initializing. Keep in mind that this is meant for people who want to access their docs offline. So part of it is it wants to sync all of your Drive files into this offline area, which is on your computer. Do you have to wait for this? No, not if you're not going to use any of these files. Don't worry about it. You can actually create the file, but just letting you know that that's what it's doing. At any point now, you could actually disconnect your computer. So the scenario is the students are there, they're ready to take their test, they enable this offline, and it starts doing this. They could go up to their Wi-Fi connection and turn it off. Okay, so I did that, and now I have a message, no connection detected. Okay, great. In fact, I'll prove it to you. I'll go to, couldn't find that website, but if I go to google.com, nothing, can't get out. I am offline now. So what I would do is go to Create, Document. I see this little Google Drive thing. And it's going to give me an opportunity to give it a title. Take it up on this opportunity because you won't be able to retitle it until you go online again if you don't do it now. Start editing. So it gave it the title. It's showing me you are offline and also says all changes saved offline. Offline changes will be synced when you go back online. So I'm just going to type some text here. And I have capabilities. Okay, I have copy, paste, right? I have this capability offline. If I go to File, I can make a new file. I can set up the page parameters, print, do all my normal edits, view different layouts, insert some things, but notice I can't put an image in or a drawing, okay? But I can insert all these other types. Format it. My spelling tool is not available offline or research, okay? Table, I believe I can do. All the help is pretty much unavailable as well because it's all online. So here, pretend that I have just finished my test, right? So there it is. Now, done with the test, go back online. It's going to take a few moments, all right? Still hasn't really recognized that I'm online. If I go back to Google Drive, okay? And I go to all items. Up there is my test. And right next to it, it says My Drive. So that means it got slurped up into My Drive. If I go to My Drive, boom, there it is. Okay, so I'm online now, so I could share, do what I need to do with this. Okay, so it takes a little bit of time, but it eventually will go up. And with offline, right, it's showing you all the things that it synced. But you can, in the end, once you have that document up in My Drive, you could go here and disable offline. And what it will do is it will remove all the local copies of the documents. So I'm going to do that. Now, you might say, well, maybe I could do this on that public computer. You know, just make sure that they turn off the, yep, at the end. I'm going to tell you, somebody's going to miss that. They're going to miss it, and then it's going to get messy. So again, just don't use this on a public computer, but a computer that you have an account on. Yes, I see this is very doable. And that's it in a nutshell, working offline. Hope you